audio happy birthday.
Wow.
We are from Com. That's what they say. We are from Com. We used to collect gifts and cake.
But don't you think the gift of good wishes, prayers, and hugs is better than any gift money can buy?
I can pray for myself. Give me gift.
Oh wow.
Give me gift. I have direct line to heaven. Just give me gift. All
Lord,
right.
can you hear me?
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. There's no banter. You know, the people that lost this weekend, you can't be bantering them. You can't be attacking the less privileged.
Whoa.
It doesn't make any sense. So we are going to be gracious today. And we'll talk about their losses, but we will not banter. All right. So today on today's show, we have the Super Falcons in action because they are playing in an WAFCON Qualifier tomorrow in Cape Verde. We'll touch on the Barclays English Premier League, some dodgy officiating.
Premier League.
Every weekend now, on is per second. Every 2 market days, EPL referees will deliver something for you to talk about. So we'll talk about that. We'll also look at upcoming games midweek, and then we'll touch on Italian Serie A and the craziness in La Liga. And then we'll come back and look at your messages. But before we do all of this drama, CB,
Yes.
tell us, how will we be a part of the locker room?
You know how to do it. The WhatsApp number is 0809 440 981. You can also tweet at smooth981. Don't forget the hashtag, it's lockerroom981. And we're streaming live on YouTube. Hey YouTube, I have not done this in a while. So you can catch the live stream, just search for smooth981 on YouTube, and you can catch the live stream and even post a comment on there as well. Do we take the headlines?
Yes, let's take headlines.
On the build this morning, we've got Super Falcons land in Praia ahead of WAFCON Qualifier. As Nadal to make tour return at Brisbane International. There is also Euro 2024 draw. UEFA investigates after-sex noises disrupt broadcast.
Oops.
Then, ladies,
Okay.
We are trying.
Ellen, okay, when you're done, just let me know.
Go ahead, Amas.
Erling Haaland criticizes referee on social media as there will be Felix gives Barcelona home win over Atletico Madrid. Then comes Inter thump Napoli to make a Serie A title statement. There is also FA Cup third round draw, Arsenal versus Liverpool, Sunderland versus Newcastle, Wigan versus Manchester United as Man City will tackle Huddersfield. And there is Chelsea's roller coaster rolls on in latest high scoring thriller.
Yes, and Zibi came back just right around the time that the referees gave her 3 points. We'll also touch on that, but let's start with the very first story.
All right, the Nigerian delegation of players, coaches, and officials have landed in Cape Verde ahead of the second leg of their CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, and of course they're playing against Cape Verde.
Exactly. So the first leg, was the thumping that Cape Verde received in Abuja. We are not very good hosts. We wiped them cord on the back of their neck. Correct one, 5-0. So tomorrow we're just going to cap it up. Maybe one candle, may not be 5-0, like it was in Lagos, but yes, they're going to round up, and they arrived yesterday. So today's training, preparation, and I'm sure Cape Verde is not going to make it any easy for them because now they're playing at home. They have their home support, they have their home fans, they're comfortable here, and so they'll make it tough on Super Falcons. Remember the last time out that Super Falcons went out to play, they drew. And then they came back to Nigeria and then they won the second leg. So it's always tough when you're traveling around Africa, but they've done the main job, which was win convincingly at home, which is what we've been begging Omashe's gender for, that they could not do. But our gender has taken up the white green flag and represented us well.
Why don't we just enlist the Falcons for January?
No, we don't used to
Since you want to rub it
we
in,
want
let's go see how
gender
it goes
equality.
Well, anyway, let's see if the Falcons cannot be good hosts and hosts. How can they be good visitors? Anyway.
All right. Former tennis world number one Rafael Nadal will return to the Brisbane International warm-up event for the Australian Open in January, and he has confirmed this.
Yes, so he said he was going to see us after, about a year out from playing tennis in Australia. Now, here's the thing. I'm not one of those that will tell you when to retire. I think as long as you are having fun playing, you can do what you want. But I think what it is that Rafa Nadal wants to retire on his own terms. Not necessarily in the sense that he wants to win, but he wants to retire still being able to play tennis. I would say, however, if you've had to break your body down into several pieces and build it back up like Robocop, there's no need for you to do that. If I were on his advice and counsel, like if I had his phone number, and my opinion were of consequence to him, my point would be, Oga, there's no need. You've fixed your knee now. You can even walk when you're 60. That's all you need. You don't need to you're already a legend of the game. You're already a Hall of Famer in tennis. You don't have to be the greatest tennis player of all time, but you're at least the greatest clay court player of all time. There's nobody can argue or drag that with you. So
someone could change it.
Not change what?
Let's give it a few years.
That guy was Michael Phelps in water on a clay court. It's not negotiable. It's not debatable. So just, I would say, just rest your body. But he wants to retire playing. So I'll say this, Rafa Nadal, welcome back. We'll see you in the first week of January 2024, if your body allows you. And you know, Australian Open, they're already announcing that Rafa Nadal is back. Okay, we've moved on. We are now looking at Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. But we'll take a little bit of Rafa Nadal smile.
And with that said, that looks like a fine place to drift on to UEFA and some unfinished business, and we need explanations on this one. So Tega, UEFA says it is investigating after sex noises were transmitted during the broadcast of the Euro 2024 draw on Saturday.
I don't know why you said Tega, we need expression. Like I was the one making the noises. I wasn't the one making the noises. We all heard it like so they were doing the draws, and this is, you know,
wow,
a serious occasion. You know, everybody was checking out, you know, what is going to happen, which one is going to be group of death, how Germany is going to be. Then we started hearing noises.
Oh no.
Fluid noises.
Wow.
We're like, somebody forgot to close a tab. That's what we thought. That somebody forgot to close this open tab. It turns out that this is not the first time they're hearing these noises. Not in UEFA, but also I think it was the FA Cup draw, so one of those draws.
Wow.
And there is a hacker who does this, and he has now come out to claim responsibilities for both hacks. Now, my point is, at this point in time, is this still a prank? Because this was lewd noises, obvious, clear and obvious ones.
Wow.
On a program that everybody watches, so it's offensive. And shouldn't this prankster be taught a lesson, arrested and tried for something?
So is this an anonymous hacker?
He gave his full name, so you can find his address and what he looks like.
Wow.
And he's not claiming any. He's saying that he did it. So I think that, so UEFA is still investigating. I hope when they finish their investigations, they come to the final conclusion. But he's come out to claim responsibility for this hack. And since this is not the first time, he's come to claim responsibility for both hacks, and it's the same thing. So I hope that something is, because I mean,
would this be a mental problem of some sort, or just some sort of perversion?
You probably think it's a joke. It's not a joke, because you know, if it's an over 18 program, and you said this program is over 18, then you have put it
right.
But this was a family draw, and then you're making this noises. It's no longer a prank, in my opinion. But hey,
I think it's borderline criminal, right?
Yeah. I'm taking another FA for my brother who is listening to me. All right.
Okay, moving on, but one other player right now is also owning up to the WTF coach there, so he too would also explain after now. That's a Manchester City striker, Erling Haaland, has criticized referee Simon Hooper for social media over a controversial decision late in Sunday's dramatic 3-3 draw with Tottenham, where he wrote on Twitter, WTF.
All right. So this is again, at the end of the day, the FA is going to come out and say, oh, we are fining you for bringing the game into disrepute. But like I always say, the game wasn't brought into disrepute by anybody's rants or anybody's comments on Twitter, however lewd these remarks are. The game was brought into disrepute when your referees made this horrendous error. So this happened in the match between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur yesterday. So big match. And it was 3-3 at the time, and Manchester City had the opportunity. Erling Haaland was fouled. A referee waved play on. Erling Haaland passes the ball, and Jack Grealish is clear on goal. Like him and goalkeeper. Almost a certain goal. Then the referee decides, no, let me call back the foul, and blows the whistle. Madness, mayhem. And so of course Erling Haaland is mad. Everybody has been talking about it, that there was no reason the referee should have done that. You first of all, you wave play on because Manchester City seemed to have the advantage, only for you to see that Manchester City's advantage was clear, and then you call the ball back. So you've denied Manchester City a goal scoring opportunity in a match where 3 points were on the line.
Is it possible he was probably just trying to correct an earlier error?
Which
Maybe one of the
no, he
VAR officials?
acknowledged that there was a foul, and then he waved play on because Manchester City was still in possession of the ball. And then he calls it back when the advantage now bears fruit. What? And so it's mayhem, you know. I mean, they're going to talk about this in England, and EPL referees, like I said, every weekend they give us 1 or 2 calls that we will discuss to make the EPL hotter. But at the end of the day now, Erling Haaland is going to be fine, because at the end of the day, this was really...
It was inappropriate.
Yeah, this was inappropriate comments. And then Pep Guardiola said he's going to avoid, you know, making a Mikel Arteta rant, but I know in his mind he wanted to say, this is disgraceful, this is embarrassing, but he couldn't do that because, you know, there's a fine coming.
I'm curious about this though, and probably as this is a conversation we can have another time, maybe on Lagos Talks. Should employees or people be penalized because of things that they've said on social media by the organization?
Because again, it also questions the reputation of the organization. So at the end of the day, it's still big, and because of how big social media is involved in our everyday lives, it's going to be an issue. But I would say this for Manchester City, in favor of the Premier League though. At the end of the day, Manchester City conceded 4 against Chelsea. They considered 2 against Liverpool. They considered 3 against Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, they may have won the match yesterday if the referee had allowed that play to carry on. And may is the active word in that sentence. However, they have become so vulnerable defensively. They cannot control games. They cannot manage games, and they can't keep hold their keep a clean sheet or hold their defensive highline. So at the end of the day, even if you want to blame the referee for this mistake, you also have to look at yourselves and say they're shipping in too many goals, and this one we cannot totally blame on the referee.
All right, do stay with us. The conversation continues. This is the Locker Room on Smooth 98.1.
It's not just music.
Alex is looking for my trouble. So we'll come back, we'll read these messages.
Okay, it's just one.
Okay, we'll start from there.
Okay. Let me see you. Okay.
I'll start from
Service that is designed just for you. Yeah, we thought you might
No,
like all of that and more. That is why we specially created Providence Bank for you to take care of your daily
So we'll start with
experiences.
that.
At Providence
Okay.
Bank, we believe that
That's
banking
not
should be
some
all
water.
about you
Eh?
That's
and
not
your
for us.
business, and how to get you
That's
to the
Bruce's
next level.
messages for...
If you do not
No,
already have a
it isn't
Providence
for
Bank
us.
account, please speak
Oh,
with our
okay.
business
We don't have
concierge
messages.
on
Let's
0700
hope.
77
No,
684
If this guy's
387
already-
or
No,
email
no.
businessconcierge at
Let me go back
providencebank.com
to where
to
it's
switch
at.
to a future-forward banking
Just leave it here.
experience. Providence Bank.
You press pause, oh.
Future
No, I did.
forward banking.
Okay. Okay, I'm the one that's just standing still.
Meals have
How do they pause a live stream, Tega?
And then you add plenty of vegetables like a fork.
Can't you pause the live stream? The options are available.
Taste of no
See now.
seasoning cubes. Even
No, that
better.
wasn't what you're
So,
watching, but
Go
the
ahead.
camera is
Oh.
not going to
Elevate
stop.
your meals with more
Creamy.
vegetables and the rich taste of no cubes.
Oh,
Today,
man.
Bele.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday
All
to
this one, no
ya.
cake, no. I don't want. I want gifts. I want gifts.
Happy
In fact, I don't even want cake. I want bacala.
Wow. Hey. That's back on. What did I say? Is it Big Square?
Yep.
Created Providence Bank for you to take care of your
Heal the
daily
world with.
experiences.
Did I hear heal the world or was it playing in my
We
head?
believe that
It was
banking
playing in your
should be
head.
all
Oh, I
about
did.
business and how to get you
I was so sure I was hearing it.
If
Oh
you
my
do not
goodness.
already
Read
have
it,
a
the numbers
Providence
to
Bank
send the
account,
messages
please
to.
speak
You
with
will
our
come back.
business concierge
Numbers to send
on
messages to and you
0700
too.
77
And then we may open the
684
phone lines for
387
the.
or email business
If there
concierge
is
at
a
providencebank.com
You wanted
to
to
switch to a
come back. You want the
future
banders to
forward
come on
banking
now.
experience.
Okay, and wait, I want to do phone lines.
Providence Bank.
Okay.
future, forward.
Would I be forever?
Whatever
There
you
was
wish
also
for
Peter
this
Beans. Let
year,
me see.
Amazon delivers. With any
So those officials, when
richest
the
festive family hits
inappropriate
packed
noises
in
started,
line.
what were they like? What were they saying or
The
doing?
the guy said,
Action comedy
we are hearing
twisted
some
metal.
noises that have
And
stopped
richer
now.
bigger than ever season 2.
I don't hate
They get this straight face, that cannot be me. As soon as the noises started, I thought,
What on earth? All right, we're going on.
It's the Breakfast Club on your radio.
Okay, man, bring us in.
It's still the locker room on Smooth 98.1 FM. ZB, Omas, and Chega still here, and it's time to pick up the messages waiting already. But before we get to the message, let's let you know you can send in your messages to 0809 444 0981. There is also YouTube to leave a message there on youtube.com/smooth 981 FM Lagos. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a message, we'll see it. That takes us to Abiodun Obisheson's message. Well done, Tegao, on doing a good job every day. Refereeing in England is the new high neck catastrophe in Nigeria today. The parallel is so given. That's what we can find there right now.
all right, so let's go to WhatsApp and see one or two messages.
Well, I see a message from Cruz ZB. When is Tega's birthday?
It's today.
And then he puts me. How does this connect
Yes.
to me?
Oh, Mash, you have to buy the cake. Cruz says so.
Yeah, Chris, you have to buy the cake.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Let's go on to YouTube. Ogundipe says, good morning, everyone in the locker room, especially the beautiful Tega the Tiger. Wow. Is that a tiger or a wow? Is that a
That
cat?
sounds like a cat.
Okay.
Well,
They're
tigers
all
are
the
big
same
cats.
family,
So
yeah,
Right.
wild cats.
Okay, Ogundipe says the EPL is getting more exciting because due to so much drama, but one thing is certain that Man City will not win the EPL. Are you a prophet?
No, at this point in
Ogundipe?
time, I'm beginning to think about it because Manchester City has won the league 3 times in a row. I remember when Alex Ferguson used to win the league.
Yeah.
You've been calling leagues like Germany and France Farmers League because only Bayern Munich and PSG, most in general, are winning it. So you now become the new Farmers League because what they used to sell is about that the EPL is very competitive. You can't be competitive if you have the same winner 4 years in a row. You can't declare competitiveness. You have to sell something
Emeka
else.
Onelum is here for us from Amuwo. According to Pep Guardiola, there is something now called the Arteta comment. I don't want to talk. If I talk, I'm in trouble. You see this VAR referee breakfast. It's going to go round.
Exactly. It's
That's
going to reach everybody.
And then he leaves this one. Good morning from the elephant sipping his tea. At
I'm
the top
telling
of the
you,
tree.
I have not seen it before. This weekend, I saw an elephant seated comfortably on top of a tree, crossing its leg.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The things we've seen.
All right, so let's take some more stories and then we'll get into more messages.
All right, Barcelona's João Felix scored in the first half to secure a hard-fought one-home win against his valiant parent club Atletico Madrid, and this was a compelling La Liga clash which held yesterday.
My dear, compelling is the exact word, and sometimes it was end-to-end stuff, and I do not know, and I cannot explain how Atletico Madrid did not put the ball in the back of the net at least once, just to even the score. But it was brilliant from both teams. Not a brilliant defensive performance, I would say, but at least brilliant attacking performance from both sides. Both teams needed this win. Girona had won the day before. Earlier in the day before. Real Madrid had also won their match, so both of them sitting pretty at the top of the table. Barcelona needed to win because they were struggling in fourth after having competed at the top of the La Liga table for a while. So they needed this win. And they're coming up against an Atletico Madrid who are in good confidence, have gotten good results in recent time and in good form. And it was always going to be a tough one. But the way that match flowed, the ebbs and tide, there was no time anybody was comfortable despite possession. And it was brilliant. And João Felix I would say this, João Felix scored the best way people should score. Because when your former club comes out to castigate you that maybe you didn't work hard enough or you didn't train hard enough, the best thing to do is to get on the pitch and deny them 3 points. Just let it enter. And that's how his revenge was. It was confounding and it was absolute. So he took all 3 points from them. In fact, he could have scored twice immediately after he scored the very first goal. So good one for Yao Felix, good one for Barcelona. Great result for them. For Atletico Madrid, they still have the opportunity to unseat Barcelona because they still have that game in hand. So let's see how it goes.
From Spain, we switch over to Italy, where the Serie A is our focus here. Inter Milan maintained a 2-point lead at the top of Serie A on Sunday after running over convincing 3-0 winners at Napoli, whose title defense already appears on a very shaky last leg.
All right, it is on a very shaky last leg, but it wasn't so convincing for at least 60 minutes of that match. In fact, let's say at least 80 minutes of that match, because even after Inter Milan got that lead by was it Hakan Çalhanoğlu, it was still shaky. Napoli still had opportunities. So Semen had the opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net at least twice. One was very close. He hit it. He nodded the ball just beside the goalpost. So it wasn't comfortable. But somehow in the 80th minute, Napoli gave up 2 quick goals to. Let me not say gave up, because the second goal by Barella wasn't a give up. He dribbled past several defenders' legs and then he puts the ball in the back of the net. So that was one brilliant one. And then the third goal was a cross that Turan took advantage of and put the ball in the back of the net. But ultimately, the scoreline doesn't tell the real result. There was a tussle for at least 80 minutes before Inter Milan was able to wrap this up. But what this means for Inter Milan is that they're sending the rest of the Italian Serie A a message that, look, we're not going anywhere. I don't care how big the name is or how tough the team is, we're going to try and get results here. So they go back to the top of the table, taking it from Juventus, who had gone to the top of the table earlier with their win over Monza on Friday. So they still lead the pack by 2 points. And then Juventus in second. AC Milan got a win back, not convincing, but effective enough to keep them in contention. And Roma are now in top 4. So maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to come to UEFA Champions League. We wait to see.
All right. Can we look at some messages?
And let's take one more story before we look at the messages.
And that takes us switching gear now to the FA Cup, where Premier League leaders for now, Arsenal, will host Liverpool in one of the standout ties in the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
Yes, so I don't know who's writing these scripts, but they are somehow trying to write either Arsenal or Liverpool out of this competition, because, Manchester City is getting Huddersfield. And you're just like, if Manchester City is getting Huddersfield, why is Arsenal getting Liverpool? Can't they get one other field? Also, some other something. Somebody light to start off something light to start off the 3rd round with. But it's a tough task for Arsenal. They're already out of the Carabao Cup, and now they have a tough fixture for the FA Cup. And I know somebody will say, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. No, if you want to be the best, just cross the finish line quicker. How you do it is and sometimes you want to build up momentum, so it's a very tricky fixture for Arsenal and Liverpool, both teams riding high in good form. Liverpool had this cracker of a game yesterday, a 7-goal thriller. At some point I did think that Fulham was going to be able to pull off the win against Liverpool, and Liverpool said, this is Anfield, we don't give out 3 points. And they came with 2 quick goals to seal that victory. And so they face Arsenal, 14-time winners in the FA Cup. Like I said, Manchester United is facing Wigan. No, I didn't say that. Manchester United is facing Wigan, Newcastle taking on Sunderland, and Manchester City with the cheapest of the draws, Huddersfield.
Aren't they lucky?
They can even win that match if they leave some people in Etihad.
Chelsea's season has been described as stop-start and a work in progress, but one thing that it can no longer be called is dull.
Exactly. I would say this for Chelsea. Look, their own story is that it doesn't matter how many goals we concede, we will outscore you. That's where they are right now. Like I said, they were involved in 4-all thriller with Manchester City, and they are here now in a 3-2 match against Brighton and Hove. I expected that Brighton and Hove would struggle a little bit because of their Europa match, and there was also a delay because of the drug testing that they do for players after the match. So there was a delay in them coming back. So I expected them to be a little lethargic because they're not a big enough club to handle both. And so when they came on the pitch looking, tired and second to everything, and Chelsea had that 2-goal lead, I was like, this is expected. Then, as usual, Chelsea fumbled the bag. And then Brighton came back into the game, and then there was the red card. And there should have been another red card to Caicedo, that the referee decided that he was going to exercise his discretion. But when it came to a penalty that looked like a 50-50 challenge to me, he didn't exercise discretion. He gave it as penalty. And then Chelsea won. And I see that Zibi is happy. It's because of you that referee gave that penalty. But Chelsea have gotten away with a good result. But on Wednesday, they come up against Manchester United. Now, Manchester United are desperate to win a match. Like I said, we cannot abuse the less privileged. If not, we would have been dragging them into this banter today. But they're not even worth the banter because, you only banter teams that, that elephants on the top of the table, that had a little bit of bragging rights. But Manchester United have nothing. They have no style, no identity, no players in form, no result to back it up. How do you want to drag those people? So the only thing we offer them is empathy, because Chelsea, the way Chelsea is going, getting good calls, playing well, interesting football, they could give Manchester United another loss.
Wow.
Well, it looks we've come to that point where we pick up the messages to close the locker room this morning. Comes in Zikolo. The FA not wanting coaches and players to speak their mind about obvious poor officiating is like a parent beating a child and not wanting the child to cry. They should rather focus on the real issues, accept the referees, and simply executing their plans. Time will tell. Zikolo left us that one. Then comes in Deji.
Deji says, I suspect the ref thought Man City was going to be flagged offside. Debola says, happy birthday to you, Tega. God bless the words of your mouth and the work of your hands. Amen. On Tega's behalf. Okay, Liverpool did great work coming back to win at the end. Klopp should be playing Enzo and allow McAllister to attack. Happy birthday, Tega. Let me take you out on Christmas Day for ice cream.
Oh, that would be nice. That'd
It
be
will
nice.
still be part of your birthday.
Yeah, my Christmas Day is free. Ice cream, okay.
Yo, Felix should have run the full length of the pitch like Adebayo did against Arsenal. Cruz says, happy birthday, Tega. Big E. Tega, good morning from the Elephants on the top of England. The Lord is doing justice in the Premier League, and as it is, I don't see Man City winning. VAR and referee go touch everybody. Kudos to Arteta, and I wish Arsenal to get Osimhen next transfer window. Man U losing to Newcastle made my week. That team needs to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Okay. Chi Nancy says, happy birthday to you, my fave Tega. Maiwa says, happy birthday, Tega, from the Elephants. Olu from Alaka says, happy birthday, Tega. Welcome back, Zibi. Don't let City fool you. That's how they did last season, and the Gunners were 8 points ahead, only for them to win the league.
Maybe that's another script they're writing. All right, so
Like
should we
this
take
right
one
twice.
message before we...
YouTube. We've got Abiodu Bishop, so happy birthday, Queen of the African Sports Firmament. Silver and gold I have none, but what I have to give to you is wishing you more life and prosperity. And same comes in from Tupac Ice Cup, saying happy birthday, Tega. I want you to send you a little something for breakfast. Should you drop details?
See,
Tupac,
these
are
are
from Cuba.
These are people. These are people. We say I should
Oh,
drop
man, Tega
details.
is shading you right now.
All right. On that note, thank you for all the messages. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and I hope I have a great day. Amas, I hope I have a great day.
Certainly, you're looking great already. You will have a great day.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching us on YouTube, and thank you for sending in your messages on the various platforms. Till I come your way again on Wednesday. Zibi, Omashaye.
Have a great day, Tega. Bye.
Stay with us. There's a lot more to come on the Smooth Breakfast in just under 15 minutes. It will be time for Lagos Stocks right here on Smooth 98.1.